Hi, my name is Geoff Selby, and I am the owner of Expello Air Products and D&D Instruments.
It's Jeff. Welcome to the Heavy Duty Parts Report.
Thanks, Jamie.
Glad to have you here. Before we talk about Expello and the products that you sell, I'd like to talk a little bit about the different segments of the trucking industry that you serve, and why are they so important to society at large?
Well, I mean, trucking industry is important to society in general because it's how we move things around. It's how we get rid of things we don't want.
Garbage,
for instance. Yeah, we do a lot of work with waste hauling fleets and all sorts of different types of fleets that deliver fuel and deliver all sorts of different products. So we keep them running, and we think that's pretty important.
Yeah. I mean, nothing like the whole COVID time really highlighted how important the trucking industry is. I think a lot of people in the general public got to see why that was important. I think we always knew at our hearts, but then we got to be called essential workers, so that was great. So let me ask you something, Jeff. When it comes to the different segments of the trucking industry that you serve, what are some of the common problems that they encounter?
Well, so our Expello valve really works within the compressed air system.
Right.
And every compressed air system makes water, just kind of, it's part of physics.
Yeah.
And so ultimately, that can cause all sorts of problems downstream. Up in Minnesota, where we're from, or Alberta,
Canada,
where you are, it's going to be frozen in the wintertime.
Right.
But even down here in New Orleans, they end up with water and contaminants in the air system, and has a lot of downstream effects.
Yeah,
Can be negative.
Let's talk about the downstream effects. So think of the air system. What does the air system power?
Was it power? Well, primarily brakes.
Brakes.
It's first there for safety.
Yeah, kind of important, right?
Right, yeah. And so it's obviously the most important feature, but you've got air ride suspensions, you've got it can be an input for like a fan clutch. It can power the automated manual transmissions.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of components that rely on clean, dry air.
Yeah. And when those contaminants get in there, what can be the kinds of problems that causes?
Okay, well, so take a waste hauler, for instance. You think about like a residential waste hauler is stopping at everybody's driveway. So the driver's really riding the brakes a lot during the day. Causes the compressor to run a lot. It's a real high air use application. And ultimately that air dryer starts to get a little ineffective as the day goes on. It's passing through a lot of wet, dirty air. So what happens is that can get into the different pneumatic switches that run the features of the body and cause them to fail. Mm-hmm. And of course, again, if the tanks aren't being drained regularly, it can also freeze up in the wintertime, and that means the truck doesn't move in the morning, which means your garbage doesn't get picked up.
Yeah.
Which again, people like.
Yeah,
people
like
picked
that.
up. Yeah.
Exactly.